Well, hey y'all, welcome to a Thirsty Thursday on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. And I got something for you today that I usually don't do. And had I known at the time I purchased this beer and the one I'm going to do tomorrow, I wouldn't have bought them. But I went to Murfreesboro and I was looking for some new beers to try and stuff like that, and I was kind of in a hurry. So I'm grabbing all these beers, that I ain't never seen before. And two of them happen to be non-alcoholic brews, and I didn't realize it. I just went in there to pick up. I got these at the World Market, and they had a pretty good size selection. So I'm going in there and I'm looking for labels and beers that I've never heard of and never purchased before. Well, I didn't bother to read the can, and if I had just taken a couple extra seconds, I would have noticed that this is a non-alcoholic brew, because it says it right there above the label. It says non-alcoholic brew. It's from the Athletic Brewing Company, which is out of Milford, Connecticut, and San Diego, California. All right. It says, at the Athletic Brewing Company, we are pioneering a craft brew revolution. We believe you shouldn't have to sacrifice your ability to be at your best to enjoy great brews. So we created our own innovative lineup of refreshing non-alcoholic craft brews. All right, so this is it's less than 0.5% ABV. Is what it says on the can. So it's a less than a 0.5. Less than a 0.5% ABV. It's got 65 calories, 14 carbohydrates, and less than a gram of protein. So this is called Run Wild IPA. And I have no idea what this is going to be like, but I thought I would just give it a fair shake since I bought them. I regret that I bought them. Paid $2.50 a piece for these darn things, and they ain't got no alcohol in them, which is a little bit disappointing, and it's my fault for not reading the dang label. Anyway, on a Thirsty Thursday, we're going to try this Run Wild IPA and see what it's like. Oh man, it's got a good head on it. That gum. It's got a mildly hoppy aroma. It's a pretty brew. Beautiful gold color. A little bit of hop note in the head. Man, that's just a pretty gold brew. It's just a little bit disappointing that it's almost alcohol free. All right, so let's get a gander what that head tastes like. Man, now it's got a powerful hop presence in the head. Mostly piney. Man, flavoring that head's good. I got to tell you. Piney with just maybe a little bit of soapiness in the head there. It says on here that 2% of all sales go to restoring local trails. Whatever that means. It says 2 for the trails. It's got a little symbol up there, and then it says vegan beside it as well. So I don't know what brew is not vegan. I don't think there's any animal products made in the beer. I don't reckon. I don't know how they could be. Anyway, Athletics Brewing Company Run Wild IPA at a less than a 0.5% ABV. All right, so this Run Wild IPA is for all American workers. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for working hard to provide for yourselves and your families and pay your own way and support our economy. Let's see what this non-alcoholic brew's like. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Well, it doesn't taste bad. I can put it that way. It's got a piney hop note to it that, how to describe it? Piney hops, very, very, very mild bitterness in the finish. Very mild bitterness in the finish. And a little bit, I don't know exactly how to describe it, a little bit watery maybe. It's like it doesn't taste bad, okay, but it's like a watered down IPA. That's what it tastes like. Maybe one of the Voodoo Ranger series if you took it and cut it in half with water, because the carbonation is almost non-existent in the body now. Maybe just a tingle or two, but for the most part it's flat. But the flavor is still, it's not bad. It's not got a bad flavor to it. For what it is, I'm going to score this one a B. I'm disappointed that it doesn't have more alcohol in it, but the flavor is actually not bad. If you like IPAs and you're wanting less alcohol content, you know, this would be an alternative if you have this available to you, because the flavor is actually decent. It's got a decent flavor to it. It just ain't got no alcohol, and that's disappointing to me. So anyway, there it is, y'all. B score for this one for a non-alcoholic brew. Even though it's got a decent IPA flavor, it's just a little bit watered down, but the flavor's still not bad. And when you say watered down, it makes you think that it tastes bad, but it actually doesn't. It actually tastes pretty good. So anyway, all right, so that's been a Thirsty Thursday this week. I'll be back tomorrow for a Fridays Are For You. I've got another one by the Athletic Brewing Company that's an Oktoberfest with a less than 0.5% ABV. And like I said, I picked these two up, you know, while I was picking up a bunch of other brews I'd never heard of, and I just did not pay attention to the label. So anyway, it is what it is. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Cheers. It's not bad.